Plastic surgery isn't usually associated with costuming, but when I left my practice of plastic and reconstructive surgery and hand surgery and went into the business world and publishing world, I found that my creative juices actually longed for an outlet. So when my daughter Tia first asked that I make her Halloween costume rather than buying that year's most popular princess gown, I found that not only did I have a new outlet for my creativity, but that I could actually put my plastic and reconstructive surgery training to use. Plastic surgeons are presented with challenges every day, whether it's to put something back together, to reconstruct something, or to take something away. Guiding principles are followed. And I found that I can apply these same principles to my costuming, and I welcomed my new set of challenges. The first request was Tia's candy corn. In any reconstruction, choice of materials is important. Here, felt was applied to foam sheeting. Similar to skin grafting. In a cancer of the nose, skin graft taken from nearby gives the best color match. In a breast reconstruction, skin is often taken from the upper inner thigh for the nipple or relar complex reconstruction. And in burn surgery, skin is harvested from available tissues with the hopes of minimizing overall visible scarring. Choice of equipment and supplies is also important. In costuming, my favorite allies are duct tape, Gorilla Glue, and staples, especially since I only know how to sew skin. In this skeleton, synthetic bones were adhered using Gorilla Glue. Staples are used where scarring is uninfected, such as in this knee reconstruction, or behind the ear, such as in this facelift. Similarly, staples, Gorilla Glue, and duct tape were used to adhere felt foam sheeting to a cardboard box when Tia wanted to be a red convertible car. Underlying structural support could define the end result. So when Tia wanted to be Zoltar from the movie Big, a cardboard box was used, complete with mini lights lining the insides of the windows, one slot for candy to go in and another slot for fortunes to come out. I also borrowed surgical supplies for my costumes. For example, I used plaster casting in creating what I like to call this Anubis cow, because I didn't quite get the nose right. To achieve proper contour, redraping of tissues and excision of excess, such as in this tummy tuck or this facelift, are also techniques that I use. This helped me to drape plastic sheeting over a wire frame and creating a hamster ball for my son's hamster costume. For complex wounds, creative use of flaps to fill in defects, or the manipulation of tissues with flaps and grafts, or the reconfiguration of what is already present are also techniques that I apply in my costuming. Last year, Tia was a trauma victim. She's actually walking. The legs are fake and the costume is suspended on a rolling grocery cart, and a bedpan was used for the candy. And attention to detail is always important. Birthday candles were used for the sprinkles in this ice cream sundae, cotton for the whipped cream, and there's a cherry on top, of course. But behind any great creation is a great idea, and I really must attribute these to Tia. I'm just the ambitious factory behind her ideas. I could create the best witch's costume, and it just could never compete with Tia's spaghetti and meatballs. Here, mop heads were used for the spaghetti, foam balls for the meatballs, and a colander for the candy. And finally, in cosmetic surgery, everyone wants to be young, beautiful, and perfect, like the Rockettes. In this row of devil dancers, 4 dummies were created, which were suspended on either side of Tia. And IV poles were used to help her go trick-or-treating. And finally, when my kids no longer want their costumes made, I can always put my surgical knife skills to use carving pumpkins. Thank you very much.